Okay, folks, this is going to be a very short video regarding the midterm. As you can see, although there's looks like some bleed over into the PowerPoint, midterm is 20 points, and it's 10 points for the questions and 10 points for the essay. The question portion, very straightforward. You answer the questions. The answers are in your text, or in the readings that you've been assigned, and also in the videos. You shouldn't have any problem with the questions if you have read your text. The other piece to the midterm is 10 points is for the essay. Now, this is not a new thing that you haven't done before. You've had 2 practice essays, and in week 3 you had a link in your course shell that went over all the elements of a position paper, spelled them out, and gave you kind of a grading rubric. So you need to, the elements are straightforward. You've had another video that you might want to review if you've had comments on your essays or you didn't get the full 5 points, and that was in week 5, or excuse me, week 6, where I specifically have a video dedicated just to position papers, just to how to write one. So this is an exercise that does have a good point value, 20 points. It is due by the due date that's posted at Turnitin.com. Just as a general comment, many students in this course are doing very well by meeting their assigned dates. In other words, getting to work in on time so that they get the points added up, because they do, the points do add up, okay? And it's very difficult when you miss an assignment, you don't get credit for that, and you lose those points. We're also approaching a time in this course when, and I generally do this after the midterm, where students that are not participating or their points values are such that there's no chance to actually pass the course, I will be dropping those students. I have, as an instructor, the option to do that based on lack of participation. That doesn't apply to students that have decent points, or maybe have missed 1 or 2 assignments or something like that, but are hanging in there and doing a large percentage of the work. I'm talking about students that have missed significant assignments, multiple assignments, and have very little points and no chance to actually get a passing grade. So you should be the person in your college life, just so you know, who manages the courses that you're in. In other words, you take ownership of it, because if you want to protect your GPA and you don't want to end up in a course past a drop date where you can't drop the course anymore and the instructor is forced to give you whatever grade points that you have. And for us, that it's posted in your syllabus what the drop date is. It's also in your schedule of classes, but I pay attention to that. And so the midterm is previous to the drop date. In other words, I think the drop date's in November sometime. So I'll take a hard look at what's happened after that. And I also will get back to you in a few days after the midterm with your points for this, and then record it in your course shell. Check your course shell, check your points, make sure your grades reflect the points that I've emailed to you. If you see a discrepancy, do not hesitate to email me. I will get back with you as soon as possible. Remember, when you email me, indicate the CRN number that you're in, the course that you're in. Don't just say hi, what's going on, because I have multiple classes, and it narrows it down so that I can focus on what class you're in, and then go to that appropriate roster or that course shell and see what's going on. And I generally get back to emails in 24 hours. So get ahead of the game. You should already have your questions answered. You should be working on your essay. It's a 2 to 3 page. You've been writing 1.5 to 2 pages for the practice essays. That's giving you practice. You've had feedback. And then in terms of review, in terms of, what is a rebuttal component? What is it? How does he want this structured? A very good video is to go back to that week 6 when the entire video is dedicated to writing a position paper. And you follow those elements. Now, another hint is that you're writing on free will here, and so the first question asks you whether you accept genuine or radical free will. Be specific. These are outlined in your text in 2 different ways. There's variations on the genuine versus radical free will. Make sure you announce which one of those if you if you're going for the libertarian position, that has got two pathways, so make sure you are specific about the pathway you are pursuing. If you adopt compatibilism, which is a version of determinism, and many students seem to like this. Compatibilism sounds like you're a compatible person, but it has a philosophical meaning. So that's the one we're after. And there's two versions to compatibilism. So make sure you dial in which one you're actually supporting. Be specific. Every sentence in your paper should move you forward towards in support of your thesis. It's not about busy work. It's not about just trying to cover the pages and get it over with. Think about what's at stake here. This is a course in thinking and philosophy, and then try to articulate a position that best supports your view. And so those are your two choices, and you should really have a rough draft done. You don't want to wait to the last minute because you need to craft your paper. I've talked about this before. It's in the video in week 6. These papers should have rewrites so that you focus and get clarity. That's the difference between an A paper and a B paper. So take the time to do your best work. All right. Well, good luck with things, and I want to get this recording out to you and post it in your course shell. And I will be looking to open up your course shell on Wednesday and start to work on the midterms that you submitted. Take care and good luck with things.